We have our first few athletes that have been announced for the 2025 World's Strongest Man. Auntie Liz, World's Strongest Man, posting this on Instagram earlier this evening. Interesting marketing.
It's a very interesting post, isn't it?
It is. So just so you guys can see on screen, obviously, World's Strongest Man putting this post up and very cleverly announcing the first 10 athletes to be invited to the World's Strongest Man this year. I had a quick look on the comments and straight away people, Thor's confirmed for World's Strongest Man, Martin's list is confirmed for World's Strongest Man. This is an invited list so far, not confirmed. However, we do have some confirmed athletes to let you know about in a second. But obviously people are seeing these two names on this list and getting very excited, and I understand why.
And do you think maybe that's the whole purpose? Do you think World's Strongest Man want to create... Obviously, you know, he's a huge name and he's a draw. We know that. And like for that reason, I would personally love to see Thor back at World's Strongest Man because it's good for the sport. It's good for everyone else in that competition as well because there's more eyes on it. But do you think they wanted to create that hype so he sees that excitement and it draws him back?
I think there's a number of things, if I'm totally honest. Firstly, I think World's Strongest Man didn't do enough to get us hyped for Worlds in 2024.
They didn't do anything last time.
No.
Still waiting.
You know, and I think that was a criticism, and I think they're looking at that and thinking, right, we need to build on this. Obviously, we've got the broadcast of World's Strongest Man still hasn't come out in the UK. It's going to be on, we've got the Giants Live show starting on the 21st of December, and then World's Strongest Man isn't broadcast in the UK until I think it's the 27th or 26th between Christmas and New Year. Which I still find crazy. America, you guys got to see it a long time ago. But it's good to see the social media side of things pushing towards 2025. Obviously, we've got the Arnolds coming up. There is excitement about big shows. The break between sort of now, where we don't have any comps, is the best time for athletes to really make progress. The ones that we see, you know, you get to the end of the season, guys are a bit battered. So now it's about getting people fit. Tom's got his new coach and he's working on new things. You know, athletes coming back. Time for people to regenerate, let themselves recover from what's been a tough year. And you go into the Arnolds really excited, and then whatever happens there, we build on towards World's Strongest Man. So really cool to see Worlds getting this out there.
Yeah.
Thor, there was a lot of arguments online last year saying, well, why is Thor not invited to World's Strongest Man? I think this is a way of showing everyone that he is invited.
Yeah.
Because he has been invited. He was invited last year as well. They just kept very quiet about it. This year, they're publicly showing they invite the past champions that are active. So Martin's list is Thor, Alexei Novikov, Mitch Hooper, Tom Stockman.
Yeah.
Obviously, looking at these 10 athletes, I think 8 are a certain to do it.
Who are the two? Oh, right, yeah, Martins and Thor, yeah.
Yes, I think Martins and Thor are the two you kind of question mark. Martins, we haven't seen compete since the Arnolds earlier this year, where he just wasn't... That post that he put out after...
That was so funny.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit.
You gotta love Martins.
I love Martins, yeah.
He's a cool guy, but I would genuinely love to see Martins back at his best.
Of course.
And obviously, you know, if you guys watch this channel for long enough, you know I'm a big Thor fan. I think the fact that he's back in the sport is great. I'd love to see him in shape doing World's Strongest Man. Put away the beef aside and just focus on... Like, if you look at these comments, even like former strongman, Terry Holland's posting on there. He would love to see Thor back competing. I'd love to see it. So many of us would.
Another question, though. Is that an unfair amount of pressure, considering he has publicly said, I don't want to do it, I'm not going to go back?
I don't think it's unfair pressure. I think it shows, like, we want you there. It's his choice at the end of the day, you know, and Thor's got some big old shoulders that he can take a bit of pressure.
He's had to be fair to him.
Yeah, but, you know, I think it's good to put it out there that he's publicly been invited.
Yeah.
Maybe Thor sees this, the excitement online on, you know, us talking about it, fans talking about it. Maybe he thinks, I do want another crack at World Strongest. Look, I'm just kind of speculating. I know you're kind of throwing in a few different arguments.
I just like to argue with you.
I know you do. But I'm sure both of us would love to see Thor at World's Strongest Man.
Of course. I want to see Thor competing everywhere. I'm sure the other athletes don't want it because he's so damn good. But yeah, I want to see Thor competing as much as possible.
So very quickly, I mean, you guys will have seen online, but the 10 athletes that have been officially invited: Tom Stoltman, Mitch Hooper, Alexei Novikov, Hafthor Bjornsson, Martins Lisses, Maxime Boudreau for his podium finish in the Giants Live. Pavlo Kordiaka for a Giants Live podium. Trey Mitchell second in 2 Giants Lives. Luke Richardson, he was third in 2 Giants Lives. And Eddie Williams was on the podium as well in Vegas.
Yeah.
So those are your first invites to the 2025 World's Strongest Man. Already seen some people say, oh, why has Evan Singleton not been invited, blah, blah. You very quickly pointed out to me.
Yeah, you can't shoot your load straight away. You've got to tease the people a little bit. Well, you have, haven't you? You can't put all of your biggest names out in the first post.
And there are a lot of big names still missing from this list that we can, very much expect to see at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple of things, though.
Go.
We have heard rumours about the amount of athletes that might be invited to World's Strongest Man being reduced.
We still don't know what that number is. Like, the speculation is that it's 25, and we did see that several years ago now. It was around about 2017-ish. They dropped down to 25, so it was 5 heats of 5 instead. But we don't know. We don't know if it's a complete format change, how many is going to be in the lineup. But I do know that for the guys that didn't podium at a Giants Live, even for finalists, like, I just don't think anyone's going to feel secure until they've got that email in their inbox. This is going to be stressful times.
From experience in the past, I was never relaxed until I had that invite.
Yeah,
you don't put, you don't rest on anything unless you've automatically got a podium finish at a Giants Live, which is the only official qualifying route to World's Strongest Man. They like to point that out, and a lot of people hear rumours that other routes are qualifiers for World's Strongest Man. They really aren't. Even OSG is not an official qualifying route for World's Strongest Man, even though we've seen the top 3 from that go to Worlds the last few years.
I don't think that's going to be the case this year, especially with it being an all-American podium, unfortunately. But, I think the winner might have a shot, but I can't see all 3 being invited, because if it is a reduced lineup, we've already got some great Americans, haven't we? The likes of Trey Mitchell, Evan Singleton. If Martins does decide to do it, that's another American in there. There's not enough spaces, surely.
No, absolutely. I mean, we wait to hear who or how many people will be invited, and we'll keep an eye on the World's Strongest Man page to see the official invites that are accepted.
Yes. So shall we go through those ones that have been confirmed so far?
I think no surprise, first one on the list is the current World's Strongest Man, the 3-time winner of World's Strongest Man, Tom Stoltman.
Pavlo Kordiaka's returning also. He was actually on the podium at the Giants Live Strongman Classic. He took 3rd place there behind Mitch Hooper and Tom Stoltman, and he's a 2-time finalist also and former Europe's Strongest Man. Someone
that didn't make the final at this year's World's Strongest Man, however, since then he is looking better and better every time we see him. He's been on 2 podiums at Giants Live, the one and only Trey Mitchell.
The 2023 World's Strongest Man champion, Mitchell Hooper, is the only competition he did not win this year. And I think it's going to be an absolute dogfight between him and Tom.
How hungry do you think that makes Mitch Hooper to want to win it next year?
And how hungry is Tom going to be to fight him off for that 4th title?
Just those 2, you think, or anyone else?
Well, it depends if Thor's coming. No, I'm joking. No, there's other great guys, obviously.
Auntie Lisa's got a 2-horse race at the moment.
No. Let's see. I want to see the Arnolds first. It's too early for me to say. But obviously those 2 are huge favourites.
And the 5th man that has officially accepted his invitation is Maxime Boudreau, someone who missed out on World's Strongest Man 2024. He has gone away, trained hard, he's been hungry, and I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, sometimes it's the right thing not to just automatically invite people. It makes you hungry, and since then we've seen a hungry Maxime. 2nd place in Giants Live.
Yeah.
He won the North American Championships.
Yeah.
Beating some excellent athletes.
Yeah, the likes of Lucas Hansen.
And has been working very, very hard. Yeah. Maxime has been on the podium at World's Strongest Man before. Want to see him back in shape and competing at his best.
Mm-hmm. So there may be other names on that list by the time this goes up. Who knows? Worlds like to mess us around.
Well, yeah, there's 5 of the 10 that have been invited that have accepted on the site. I'm sure if there's more, you can post it in the comments below. Let us know if you guys are excited for next year's World's Strongest Man. Would you love to see Thor competing as much as we would? I'm sure a lot of you would like to see Thor back at World's Strongest Man. Does Thor even care? I know he's got a few things that he's very much focused on right now. And as always, respect Thor in whatever he does. But it's nice to build up the hype. It's nice to see other strongmen as well on those posts kind of wanting to see Thor compete, because he makes it interesting. He's a fabulous strongman, and I think it just makes, it builds up the hype for the fans. I think everything else, it would just make Worlds Absolutely awesome. We're going to go and watch this year. So yeah, be cool to see him there competing. But let us know your thoughts as always down in the comments below, guys, and we'll catch you guys next time.